Shalom. Shalom. Y'all see what's going on down here, right? You see it. Let it snow. Let it snow. And if you notice, I'm driving normal, right? You know why, right? Because I have 4-wheel drive. And I could just speed down the block with my 4 wheels popping. Well, I got some info for y'all. I have an image of the Chaldeans. And I can't show you now because I'm in my car. So, when I get back, what I'll do, dang, I don't even know why I went this way. That was so stupid. So when I get back, what I'm gonna do is, well, I'm gonna bring it up on my wife's TV, and I'm gonna show y'all who the Chaldeans are. And you know what? It's so funny. This is why, listen, studying to show yourself approved does not mean always reading books either, y'all. It's like studying is opening your eyes and looking at everything, every little thing you think, or you know what I'm saying. You gotta open your eyes and look at everything, because guess what? You wouldn't believe where I got this image of the Chaldeans from. It's so funny, right? Like, so a couple guys may know what I'm talking about, you know, because I mean, I don't care, I'm gonna still put it up there. I got the image of the Chaldeans from this guy on YouTube called All Prophet. He does videos about drug dealers from back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, right? You know, big time drug dealers, like 70s, actually, from when it started all the way up. And he got a video up talking about Kingpin Chaldeans. Something, and that's the thing. You see, the Most High is showing this in every facet of life. So everything that they put in their movies, on TV, it's information. So don't let nobody tell you don't watch TV, because you get so much information from TV, because they tend to tell you the truth in movies, which is so strange, huh? I mean, you know why? Because you look at a movie as being fictional, so you wouldn't believe what they're saying is real. Like, it's a cowboy movie. I can't remember the name of it. But the white man comes and tells the black cowboys that they're free. Oh, children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people looking at it would think it's just fictional, because they tell you, oh, they're the children of Israel. Well, like I tell everybody, they think they everybody. They done stole everybody's heritage. It ain't just ours. They stole everybody's heritage. They're everybody. They're the Germans, they're the Russians, they're the Asians, they're the Africans, they're the, oh God, Palestinians, they're everybody. Canadians, even though that's just a landmass, but you see what I'm saying? Every nation, they are there saying it is them. And people don't be peeping that. So, if at the end of the day, if we open our eyes and pay attention and realize and see that all you gotta do is look and see who is every race, then you know who the devil is. Then you know who Satan is, because Satan is not a spirit. It's a man. It's a man. It's a forefather. And see, what y'all don't understand, a lot, well, I ain't gonna say y'all, but a lot of people don't understand, is when the Most High's talking about, you know, this wicked man, he might not be alive physically, but his spirit is still alive. So he's still he's still around. And you know, you come back. So you gotta, you know, just know and pay attention and read. Like when you read, like this is what I do. Like when I read a sentence, I go back and like look at the words and look how they arrange the stuff to see exactly what that sentence is saying. Not what somebody's telling me is saying. You know what I'm saying? I sit there and I break it down, because it's information. And if you asking the Holy Spirit to lead, guide you, and lead you, then you need to ask her to guide and lead you, not what somebody else told you. You know? And another thing is, you know when somebody's telling you the truth because it resonates with your spirit. You know, it makes you, you know what I mean. So, I get a chance, I'm gonna show y'all this video. Listen, when I saw that last night, I was like, wow. I said, the Most High is all that. What are you doing, man? He almost made me ran into him, slamming on the brakes. Even though the idiot in the Jeep cut him off. But, yeah. I said that to myself. I said, man, the Most High is all that, yo. Like, you know, you just can't even begin to understand his wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much. And everybody got a job. All of us. You know what I mean? Every last one of us. You know, the sad part is, I'm going to be honest with you, for our people that's stuck in these churches, it's sad, man, because you know what's coming. You know what they going to get. You know what I'm saying? And then when you try to warn them and tell them, they don't want to hear it. And it's like, this is the crazy part. Like, what I've noticed about a bunch of church people, they only read the New Testament. That's all they read. They don't want to read nothing else. They don't want to read nothing else. They don't want to hear nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Everything in that one so-called book is truth and gold and everything else. But then you got what you would call the Torah, where it literally gives you way more information, and it's till this day, and they don't want to hear it. They literally let these pastors tell them not to read it. Like, tell them, oh, I'll teach you knowledge. Like, you can't tell when somebody's deceiving you. And the thing is, you know, I used to think like that. I used to sit there and say to myself, damn, you telling me they can't see that. But you know what I had to realize? They see it. They don't care. You know? And this is the one thing I say. You will. You know, but they get so proud and say, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you what it is. The reason why they don't believe it, because the Most High, he's been doing things in the earth, but he hasn't been doing it the way he used to do it, you know, before he took us down. You know, because remember, he showed his power for our sakes. You know what I'm saying? For our protection. But now, he's freeing us. I'm not gonna say he's working to free us, because he could just do it if he wanted to. But he's doing it in a way, because he said that he's going to make them lament. And the one thing I realized that would make them lament is when they don't have fun. When they don't have their fun and having party time and stuff. So, to be honest, yeah, he did put them on lockdown. He did. Like this right here, with them being on lockdown and they can't do the stuff they want to do, this shit is killing them. So somebody said, oh, the most, like, because Big Judah was talking about, you know, the Most High is the reason why everything shut down. And a couple people got up there talking about, he ain't doing that. And it's like, why not? Wouldn't that think about it. If you're used to doing whatever the hell you want, when you want, and then all of a sudden this is, I mean, immediately snatched away from you. And I mean, for a minute, you can't do shit for a minute. And now, he's literally, every time you turn around, there's snow, ice everywhere, so you really can't do nothing. This is driving them crazy. They are losing their damn minds. And how you know? Look at what every time they get really frustrated, guess what they do? They go to attack one of our people. Look what they did to the pregnant girl, man. Look what they did. It took 4 of them to hang one fucking woman. And it's not, and listen, it's messed up. You see what I'm saying? It's messed up. But the thing is, they're going to keep sitting there saying, they're going to throw it under the rug. They're going to make it like it ain't matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad, man. It's sad. But they don't know that they don't know what they got coming to them, because it's not going to just be death. It's going to be way worse than death. And even after death, it's going to be horrible. And to be honest with you, I think those, all right, so they call these things dark shadow people, right? That's what the white man calls them, right? I call them demons. Notice something. And and this is something y'all should do. Because this is something that the Creator had me look into. This is how I was able to tell y'all who the ghosts are. The ghosts are the white people. There are no such thing as black ghosts. Because all of our people go and rest. They sleep. You see what I'm saying? But them, they are cursed to walk the earth. That's why he tell you out of the grave you go. Like he don't let them die. I mean, well, he don't let them rest. So them dark entities that they call demons and stuff like that you see in these houses, if you notice, there's always a ghost there or you know, some type of spirit, right? But then all of a sudden there's a dark entity there, right? What they call shadow person. And what happens is, what's the first thing you hear? Help me. The ghost is always saying, help me. Why are the ghosts saying that, y'all? What do the Most High use? He used the good and the bad. Them demons, they don't possess people. They don't do all that shit. They mess you up. When you out of pocket, they mess you up. They jump on you. Just like they supposed to. They don't go jumping and jumping in your body and doing stuff to you because they want to do it. They do what they told. There's a hierarchy and they are in order. We're not in order. So if we're not in order and we're following people that don't have no order, guess what happens? Then we start believing that somebody's possessing our head spinning off. And rolling down the block. Doing all that crazy stuff. Have you not noticed only white people get possessed, so they say? Now, y'all not notice this stuff? Oh, wow. We got main brick down here. You know? So, it's like, listen, man. Let me tell y'all like this, y'all. When the Most High say, come out of her, like, come out of... He talking about all they bull crap. Everything. And if you believe in that, his creation, his dark spirits and his light spirits are running around possessing people, you tripping. He used them dark entities to mess you up. And the same thing with us. Don't people get marching orders. It's a hierarchy. You got the angels, and then you got the demons. And them angels tell them demons to tell these people what to do. Think about it. Judgment go out every day. So the Most High make a judgment and send the angel to do what? And then what happens? One of us get killed by what? Or by our own, right? There you go. Everything has order to it. They telling you it's chaos. It's not chaos. This is order. So when you see somebody die, it's because the Most High willed them. He wanted them dead. And I hate to say it, even children. Because that child could have been born in as an abomination. Or you don't know. You don't know. That woman could have got pregnant out of wedlock. And the Most High destroyed that child. Because that's not right. He don't go for that. He don't like that. You know that. Look what he did to David child. David killed his friend to get his woman. Got her pregnant. And the Most High killed the baby. Right? Tell me I'm lying. There it is. So when you seeing children get killed or die, it's because something is some sin that's being judged. It is what it is. And at the end of the day, you got to understand this. He destroys the sin to get the what out of the community. So if you break his laws and it's death, and let's say you break the Most High law, right? And the law you broke is countable for death, and you live, right? And because sometimes you don't die right away. Sometimes he won't kill you. He give you opportunity to repent. So you think somebody did something 20 years ago, and then all of a sudden he died a horrible death. What do you think it's from? It's probably accumulation of sins. You know what I'm saying? So just know, and this is something I explained to my wife and my son. Everything that's happening on this earth is because it is a judgment. is a judgment. It's a judgment. So whatever you want to call anything that's horrible, that hurts people, it's a judgment. You see what I'm saying? He's judging. Somebody dies, somebody freezes to death, it's a judgment. You gotta understand that. And you wonder, like some people, the way they die, it's like, why would you even sit there? What, like, you know, like somebody freeze to death. Why would you stay in that house and freeze? Like some stuff that happens that people do, you just don't understand their logic. But you gotta understand, the Most High can make you sit there. Yeah, he can literally send an angel to make you sit right there. It ain't nothing you can do. He orders your steps. You gotta understand that. And some of us, the wicked ones, they were already wicked. So what he do? He just used them to fulfill what he want done. He know they wicked. He know they ain't gonna never change. So why is he? You know, he ain't gonna waste his time. Because he tell you, some of them are just wicked. It's just their hearts. It's the way they are. What you gonna do? You know? And this is for, like, a lot of people that say, oh, all white people ain't bad, right? I want you to hear something. I want you to understand exactly what I'm saying. The Creator said, every single last one of them is going into captivity. Every one of them. Not one is not going into captivity. Don't matter if you was so-called nice guy going helping African children, or you adopted a couple Hebrews, you know, and took them out of poverty. You know what you're doing? You're teaching them your wicked ass ways. That's what you're doing. You're indoctrinating the Most High's children, taking them away from you. So, like he said, every one of them is going into captivity. Everyone. You heard him. He said it. Every one of you is going into captivity. Everyone. Every single one. Yeah, y'all. So, now, just know that, and this is something you need to look and think about too. This is just from my observation. I mean, if you don't see that, then, you know, hey. But what I've noticed is that as long as you're doing what they want, and you are pretty much doing the same thing they're doing. So let's say, you know, you got those type of friends, and you woke up now, and you telling them the truth about themselves. They don't want to accept that. They don't want to hear that. But they don't have a problem with telling you the truth, or lie and tell you you are this and you did this and you did that. But when it's their turn, no, we're this, we're that, we're the greatest thing ever. But you're the greatest at everything, right? So you say, but we dominate everything, and you constantly steal from us. And I mean constantly steal from us, right? Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you how I know. I said this before. Back in the day, when I was a young little whippersnapper, right? I remember us not having nothing. People, I'm talking about all our people, you know, when I was younger. I mean, it was just a handful of older guys that had the big Cadillacs and the Lincolns and stuff like that. Handful, right? But for the most part, our people didn't have anything. And then, all of a sudden, everybody started having money, dressing nice, putting music in their cars. Now, I'm going to tell you how we invented the car right there. I'm going to tell you how we invented car stereos, audio, the loud music. Because before there were amplifiers, there was a thing called an amplified EQ. So it was an equalizer. That's the thing with the lines that go up and down. They got all the little numbers like 2K, 4K, stuff like that. 80 Hz, which is hertz, and KHZ is kilohertz. So before they even had amps out, this is what dudes used to put in a car. It was an equalizer with a small amplifier built on it, and it had speaker leads coming out of it. And this is what they used to hook their stuff up to make their radio louder. Right? I remember this. I remember my cousin putting that in his car, talking about he putting a system in his car. I remember this. So you had that. Then they started coming out with the small amps, Pyramid, and oh god, what was that black one? It was a black one. I forgot the name of it. Real small black one. I forgot the name of it. But you know what I'm saying. They started coming out with them amps because the drug dealers were putting music in their cars. Like, they play their radio loud, and they wanted it louder and louder, right? And during them days, they had an amplified EQ. They were drug dealers putting that stuff in their cars. No white men. So now you get up to 80, let's say 86. 86, you got amps and people got car stereos, like little hump in their car. Not a lot, but you know, something like boom, boom, boom. Not, you know, it ain't no super bass, but it's something. You know what I'm saying? And back then they only had, you know, certain amps that were, you know, doing something back then. Not really something. They probably was like 200 watts, if that. You know what I mean? But during those days, that was nice. So they had, like, you know, people's systems is alright. Pretty much, let's put it this way. Alright, you hear how loud a factory car system is now? That's how loud people's stereos was back in the 80s at that point. A little bit louder. When you get into the 90s, now it's an industry. It's a big industry. And guess who are the consumers? Us. Remember, they made a law in Philly just because of what we did. Well, because we wanted to play loud music. It was called noise pollution. Now think about that. Noise pollution. Meaning that if your car is too loud, they give you a $150 ticket. You see what I'm saying? Every time we make something, they make a law to discourage us from doing it. Now, let's look into present day. You got white people all over the place putting stereo systems in their car, which you would call SBL. Now, this is the thing. Look how we did it, and now look what they're doing. So, if you ever took the time to watch SBL, which comes, our people put this stuff in their car for attention. And like I said, when we invent something, they take it and twist it and make it horrible. They make these things so loud now, they're destroying your body. They make it just to hurt you. They're not using it for enjoyment. It's to hurt your body. They do it so you sit in the car, and whoever jumps out the car and hold their ears and say, and can't catch their breath, they find that amazing. But back in the day, that was not why we did it. That's not why we did it, and that's what I'm saying. We invent stuff, and then when they start messing with it, they turn it into something evil and unpure and destructive. That's all they do. Because back in the day, we didn't care about your heart, you missing a heartbeat. We cared about that you enjoy how clear and how nice the stereo system sounds and how nice it looks. Now they just tear a car apart, make it where you can't even drive in it just to hurt somebody. It don't make sense. You know? And that's what I'm saying. And if you really think about all the stuff that we have invented, they have stolen and took it for themselves and said it was theirs. Just look how unpure it is. All you got to do is look at something and see how pure it was in the beginning, where it probably wasn't even hurting nobody. And then now, look at it now. That's all you, damn, I spilled all the juice on me. That's all you got to do. Ain't even hard. So, if you see something that they using now, and if you notice, like, if you research it and you see back in the day, it wasn't like that, and primarily black people used it, then you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? They took it and they twisted it up, and then now it's more reckless than anything. All right, y'all, this is my boy. I gotta go. All right, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Shalom.